Dude, what a drunk ass week.
Yeah, what? What? Why? What? Why?
Somebody on the fucking production staff is hitting the sauce pretty hard, huh?
They fell asleep on the buttons.
They were like, here's how we'll get them. You know how last season we really we got a lot of eyes on us. You know, we got the attention economy on us. You know what we do this season? First, we'll start with 3 episodes. Then we'll do 2, and then we'll go back to 1. Who thought that was a good idea, by the way?
That feels drunk.
It's just like there's no rhyme or reason to it. It makes the season feel like weirdly paced, even if it's not, you know, because obviously most people watched all 3 episodes at once and then all 2 episodes at once, so it feels like one really long episode and one kind of long episode.
I feel like this is also how you lose people's interest in it. Like a lot of people that I talk to that are normally watching are like, I'm still on. I haven't even finished episode 1, or I just finished episode 3, because it's like too many at once.
Yeah, like 2 weeks in, you're already 5 weeks behind. Like,
yeah.
It's too much pressure, man.
Yeah,
TV has to be chill.
Which is like, you know, we're Big Brother watchers, so we're kind of being babies because it's like we're used to having to keep up to 3 episodes a week. But
yeah, it's just, you know, it's just about keeping my interest for longer and, you know, having more. I don't really want the instant gratification of watching all this at once, especially because the season has been especially messy gameplay-wise.
Yeah, and also just like we need consistency, and we need to know what to expect. Which like it's on us for not they announced this weeks ago that they were doing this, and we just didn't realize it. But I need consistency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little strange. I can't really rationalize why they would go ahead and do that. It seems like you're just kind of like, you're kind of gimping your own like show. Wouldn't a show want to run for longer? I feel like a show would want to run for longer. I don't know why I feel that way, but someone correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I don't know if they're trying to meet to some sort of, they're trying to like rush to meet some sort of schedule.
Yeah.
Which is usually the case, but it's not on cable, is it?
Yeah, no, it's purely on Peacock. Anyway, that's enough breath I think we wasted on this kind of insignificant thing. It's back to normal from now on. But unfortunately, I feel like this season has gotten off to kind of like a weird start for me. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, lots of weird energy. Lots of weird everywhere. And I don't know if I like it or I hate it or both.
That seems to be the trend nowadays, is that you have one season of like wholesome, everybody feels good. Even the villain is kind of like happy-go-lucky, you know, in the case of like Big Brother 26. And then afterwards you have to get something where like real feelings get hurt, you know, shit gets messy. Real world events start getting wrapped up into the gameplay, a la the Cheat Mance, you know?
Yeah, a lot of the like recent seasons have all just like left a icky taste in my mouth, and so far that's how I feel about this season. But also I'm like want to keep watching.
No, I mean, I'm definitely not like, haven't lost my interest, you know? So before we get too deep into this, again, YouTube always tells me every day, you know, when you make a YouTube channel, you get like a little dashboard called YouTube Studios. And every day, YouTube Studios will tell you got to tell them to like, follow, and subscribe. Okay? No, like, comment, and subscribe. I can never get it right.
Is your YouTube dashboard kinder to you than the TikTok dashboard is to me?
What do you mean?
Because TikTok will send like passive-aggressive emails that's like, good job, you got 1 like. People really like you. And I'm like, I don't want to know about my small wins. Just fucking leave me alone.
Yeah, so, you know, it doesn't take a lot if you like, comment, or subscribe. We love your comments, man. We love chatting with y'all. Don't be shy. If you see that there's no comments, you could be the first. And then you could be that guy you always see on videos. You know, when you're scrolling and you're like checking out the comments. There's always one guy who's like 15th down the line who's like, first. You know? You could be that guy.
Yeah.
You could be him.
You could get that badge of honor. Wow.
You want to intro us today?
Welcome back to Sooki Sooki, the world's first Big Brother and Traitors sports podcast.
Yes, sir. And another action-packed week. Is it good action? I don't know. Maybe. It's kind of like junk food. You know, it's junk action. I feel like a lot of this shit feels just like people trying to do too much for the sake, because maybe they're nervous. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they're nervous. Maybe that's why they're acting like that, you know?
Yeah, people are trying to have their moment. Also, I have a side question.
Yeah.
Because now we're filming with different equipment.
Uh-huh.
Where should I hold the mic? Where is most optimal?
Same as you always do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure.
Same as you always do. By the way, I love the new mic cords. It makes me feel like, you know, back in the stand-up days where you could just kind of fuck around with it, you know? You're like, oh, look at that. No noise. You don't even hear that. You hear nothing at home because these cords are amazing.
I love when you have like a really long one. You could do a lot with it.
Yeah,
you know,
like
if you're an act out comic. Like,
I whipped a fucking audience member one time with it on accident because I was fidgeting so much.
That's how we met. Right in my eye.
Yeah, so this week was not this week, these 2 weeks. Because, again, somebody's fucking drinking a lot.
Yeah. We got episode 4 and 5. So we saw a lot of
Where do
action.
we leave off? Let's start there. When we last left off, we weren't quite sure who was going to get killed in the murder in plain sight. No, not murder in plain sight. Murder in person.
Yeah, so some people had to be tied up to a tree and they were blindfolded, and then the traitors all had to go around one by one being quiet, listening to their pleas, and then they had to choose somebody to murder. So if they made any noises, I mean, they were protected because the people were blindfolded, but if they made any noises, you know, that could really get them. And I feel like they're in a good place right now.
Yeah, they are in a good place because as far as the first 3 episodes go, no one has been right one time. I think there was like a momentary like little bit of suspicion thrown on Rinna's name, but then it was like just as quickly as it came, it just fucking dissipated into the air, you know? So the Traitors are doing great.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even feel like they're doing too much. Maybe that is what they're doing great, is that they're letting other people kind of take the attention. Especially Rob. Rob has been playing like an incredibly like low-key game.
Yeah, Candace is doing a little bit too much. There's always one traitor who's doing a little bit too much, but I think right now at this point everybody is just like, that's her personality. She's a housewife, and Rob is doing a good job just like blending in. He said he wanted to be a sheep. He's doing well, and he's just like blending in and also fanning the flames every time somebody's like, I think it's so and so. Like this first episode, we'll talk about it, but Colton's like, guys, I want to go for Tiffany, and then Rob's just like fanning the flames of like, let's just keep adding some more wrong names to the pile. This is so good for us.
Yeah, I think what Rob is doing well is that he's keeping all of his opinions kind of like consistent around everybody, you know, like it kind of just feels like he's telling them how he really feels because he hasn't had a reason to lie so far. You know what I mean? And I mean, there's really nothing much you can say about what the Traitors have done except that they're just like kind of staying in the background and staying low key. But but there's a couple of heat-seeking missiles in the house, you know, who are ready to blow.
Yeah. So the episode starts off and we finally get to see who gets murdered. And
the 4 people were Kristen,
Carolyn,
Eric,
Carolyn, Ron, and then also Lisa Rinna, but obviously she's a traitor.
Yeah.
So they all had to go around, hear their pleas, and then Carolyn, we said, was probably in their best interest because she's a housewife, so they're not going to expect it. And then ultimately they did kill her, and the interaction was so hilarious when she took her blindfold down, and it was 2 housewives, and they're talking, and Lisa's just like, you talk too much. And then Carolyn's like, well, I'll see you at BravoCon or something. And Lisa's like, no, you won't.
Yeah, it felt like weirdly personal.
Fuck you. Fuck you. You'll never see me again, bitch.
Lisa, I love you. No.
What show are you from? I don't even remember. Ladies
I
of
hate
Who.
you. Die in real life.
That's what it was giving. It was so unnecessary. Well, I guess I'll see you at BravoCon.
Your kids
No,
are ugly.
you won't.
Yeah, it was weirdly personal and like weirdly cutting. Usually, people acknowledge in that moment that it's a game. And then they're like, good game. That's kind of like a moment of like, good game, Well, Lisa was just like, no, you're shit.
It's so weird for no reason, but also like I loved it.
Yeah,
so
that was
funny.
that was a bright spot in the episode. So they make a good decision, I think. They kill Carolyn. I guess we can give the Traitors a lot of credit for like their kills, because their kills have stirred up a lot of good stuff for them. you
Yeah.
know?
I think their kills are good. So we get to breakfast. Caroline died. We're getting ready for the challenge.
Yeah, and apparently, I don't know if this is important, but Colton and Carolyn were they were partners in the competition. The day
Yeah, so
before.
he felt responsible.
Yeah.
But something that's interesting, we could talk about the breakfast the morning after, is immediately like the first people who come in, usually the people who were not shortlisted and are safe, and they're like, okay, everybody who got tied up, we have to question them
Yeah.
to find inconsistencies in their stories. And I feel like usually the person who has the best,
Was that a
safest
precedent
chance,
that was set last season where like people thought to do that?
yeah, I feel like more and more seasons, people are trying to find ways to get information and like plant it in a way, or
Yeah.
just find inconsistencies. So like with the coffin theory, or with how else did we see it last season? We saw it in a couple ways last season. Oh, the church, when they were all getting murdered at the church last season. They had to describe Alan's outfit.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about. And Sandoval was like sweating.
Yeah, well, when
No,
is he
wait,
not?
that's a different earlier breakfast.
Yeah, but so Ron is the first person who comes in, and he doesn't mention he mentions a henchman, but he doesn't mention the axe. And then Lisa comes in, and I'm like, oh fuck, Lisa's fucked. And then she like starts with too many details. There's literally a moment where she goes and I'm like, dude, bitch.
Yeah, she's
you
providing
be
a lot of
obvious?
details, but kind of works in her favor because other people start corroborating her details as they come in.
Yeah.
The other candidates for murder come in and they're like, there's definitely an axe, guy in a black mask, we're tied to a maple tree, whatever. All the details that she gave needlessly all happen to be like corroborated by the other people. And then the one person who was lacking detail was Ron.
Yeah, he didn't mention the axe, but everybody
Yeah.
else mentioned the axe. So
Not that anybody really needed any more reason to suspect him. I think he's a little bit of an aloof person. I think his personality is just like, if you don't fuck with me, you don't fuck with me. I'm not gonna like try to please you.
yeah, he's not like trying to fit in or
Yeah,
lie
but
or
there's
hide his feelings.
The big brother fan in me is like, you guys come on, pace yourself for the W, man.
You have to kind of do it a little bit to survive.
I respect him, but at the same time, it's like, don't come on a game show like this if you're not willing to like bend a little bit.
yeah, you kind of have to. Like, you have to do it coming into it. And then something Eric says is like, oh, I heard a laugh, but I'm not gonna say anything yet, and I'm gonna wait
Yeah.
and see. And then they go to the challenge, and the challenge is just like they have to go find these spears. Do you remember the challenge? They have to go find the spears.
Something to do with spears, but basically the challenge incentivizes you to make as many of your fellow players unsafe as possible.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of like split off into teams,
Yeah.
and then harm each other, pit each other. Like, they're really finding ways to pit each other against each other this season, and
Right.
I like that, where they're like, all right, you're gonna remove this person's opportunity for safety, and
But-
then the bad thing is though, it's like, oh, you remove my opportunity for safety, Pff, traitor.
Yeah, I also happen to like it because they do it in teams, so that like, the person who's making the decision is also being influenced by the other people in his team, his or her team. So it creates these like interesting temporary relationships between
Yeah.
people who just happen to be thrown on the same team,
Yeah.
And so a lot of people get targeted. Monet, I think, is going into it targeting Tiffany.
Yeah, because Colton has that conversation with a bunch of people earlier, and they're like, we all think Tiffany, or he's like, I'm going after Tiffany.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go hard, and I think Colton is kind of like the ringleader right now at this point, unfortunately, and it's getting really annoying. But Colton has people's ears, and they're all like, okay, yeah, Tiffany. And then something Monet mentions to Candace is also like, I feel like it could also be Lisa. And I don't know if Monet said that to anybody else or just Candace. But anyways,
I don't even remember that. Damn, that's huge.
Yeah, well, that's gonna play into later. But I mean, it doesn't really matter in this challenge. It seems like people are targeting Tiffany immediately, and then Tiffany targets Monet exchange back. I think because Monet is the one that puts the spear, eliminating her chains for safety.
Yeah, Monet is the one who actually cast the stone.
Yeah.
And so they get through the challenge, they earn their money, and I can't remember exactly who is vulnerable at this point, but a good amount of people are vulnerable because they're a bunch of greedy little fucks, And then what happens? And then we get to banishment, right?
Yeah, we go to the round table.
Do any conversations happen beforehand that are important to know for this round table? Let's think about who gets accused here. Tiffany gets accused.
Braun is always accused at this point. And it's...
Does Dorinda get accused here or later? I think later, right?
Yeah, after the fact. After the fact, and I think even Ron is thinking that it's Tiffany at this point. A lot of people are thinking that it's Tiffany, and Colton's trying to, convince people it's Tiffany. And then Eric at one point is like, yeah, the laugh I heard, definitely Tiffany, definitely Tiffany.
Yeah, there's like a pile-on going on for sure. And eventually it's kind of sad because, we respect Tiffany from our viewing of season 23 of Big Brother, and she was like a cold, calculating mastermind of that season. But like you really got to see that this is a lot of pressure, and then she just started kind of crumbling. She folded. Not gonna lie.
There wasn't a lot of I feel like there wasn't a lot that she could do to save herself, but also there's nothing that she really said that helped her case any further. And then she started going for Jam at one point, and then just got a little bit.
She just sounded
messy.
really, really defensive every single time anyone tried to if she was coming at them with a little bit more look at this, look at this piece of information instead of fuck you.
Yeah.
It might have worked out a little better, but
yeah.
Who knows? I mean, we've seen on Traitors so many times, it doesn't really even matter what you say. People they have their minds made up pretty much by the time they get to the round table. So she kind of flounders, and then, there's a couple other names thrown up here and there. Eric says that important thing about, I was on the tree, I was tied to the tree, and I heard a woman's laugh because I said this thing that I thought was really sick and had a lot of aura or whatever, really earned me a lot of points. I'm 39.
It hurts. It hurts to see all the Big Brother and game players go home, Rob and Ian and Tiffany,
yeah.
I feel because it's our home team, even though I love the Housewives also.
Yeah, and it's kind of a shame because Rob C seemed like he really knew what was going on. He was clued in, He might have been their best chance to name somebody.
Yeah.
Because so far it seems like every time a traitor has gotten even a tiny bit of suspicion on them, it just kind of poofs away.
Yeah. Rob, I think, would have been their only hope for the Faithfuls winning, and also the only hope for them to be likable. I don't like the Faithfuls this season. I'm rooting for the Traitors. I don't want the Faithfuls to win because I don't like them. Even their best is their worst, and their worst is their best.
Yeah, last season we got to see a season of Traitors tearing each other apart. This season we're seeing a season of Faithfuls tearing each other apart.
Yep.
Which is not as fun when the Faithfuls are they just don't got the juice, man. They don't have good stage presence. That's what it comes down to.
It feels like everybody's trying hard for the wrong things, and
they're just saying a lot of nothing,
Yeah.
And they're just Colton does this thing a bunch of times where he tries to like catch you in a misspeak. You know what I mean? Like catch you when you're slipping up,
Yeah.
and it's just like, ugh, like you're trying too hard, but at the same time, like it's not even working.
There's some really cringy moment. Like there's like Rob, even though, you know, I'm loving him as a trader and I think he's very smart, but he's like, the man knows pitch. I've listened to his music. He knows pitch. I believe him. I'm
Man,
just like,
Rob's gotten a lot more Hollywood since his first appearance.
yeah, it was cringe in the wrong ways. Go back to, what are you thinking about? How eels reproduce? Nobody knows. Go back to that boy. Go back to who he was.
Yeah. Yeah, it does feel like there's a lot. Like maybe the show itself invites that because Alan Cumming is coming out, but he's a professional. You guys got to understand that man is a professional. Have you ever heard him mess up a line? No. Okay. So yeah, the show invites a level of theatricality and performance to it. I get it. But know your lane, homie.
Know your lane.
Know your lane.
Yeah.
Michael Rappaport, despite how clumsy he has been on this game, he knows his lane. Which is that he's a dumb asshole.
But he thinks his lane is an open road.
Damn, that's deep.
It's
All right.
not. Anyways,
I think that's a great segue into the next episode or what happens next.
So yeah, Tiffany gets banished. She go bye-bye. She's like, you all didn't deserve me. And then everybody's like, why do we do that? We care so hard, even though we don't like each other. Why?
They were shaking up for sure, though.
They were shook. And then there's a moment where they're going to bed after discussing this. And then Eric is like, I feel like I just killed a friend. And then Colton's like, well, you did. And then Eric's like, you did too. Like, it's so fun. Like, if anything, Colton, you woke up in the morning and chose violence, went to your little group of people and was like, guys, I have a plan. We are all going for Tiffany today. I said so.
I don't know if it's because someone on the Traitors editing staff has a grudge on him, but they've only shown unlikable moments of Colton. He's so fucking unlikable, dude.
And it's so ironic that he's like, I can tell Tiffany's a traitor because of the amount of control that she needs. Meanwhile, being the most controlling person amongst the faithfuls, being like, I'm going for Tiffany. I'm going to be loud and bold and brave.
Talk about the pot calling the kettle burnt.
Hypocrite.
Yep. So we get into the next turret and they're deciding who to murder, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're all like, holy shit, what the fuck was that, dude? That was crazy.
Yeah, they're like, ouchie, that hurt them.
But legit, very good for them because now no one has a clue and now everyone is suspicious of Colton and probably a little suspicious of Eric based on the fact that he provided a first-person testimony that happened to be false. I
feel like everybody is suspicious of each other.
Yeah.
And nobody likes each other anymore, and everybody has lost credibility. Unless you stay voting for Ron, you look really bad.
I feel like oftentimes the faithful succeed when there's at least like one or two kind of great relationships in there, you know? Like with CT and his partner, you know? I forget her name.
Trishelle,
yeah. Like there has to be like a root of like some kind of solidity within the faith. I don't feel like anybody is really loyal to each other in the faithfuls. Like no one really knows for sure about each other.
Yeah, and the Traitors have this loyalty to each other that they've created because it at one point was them versus the secret traitor.
Yeah, all it took was one old lady's death.
Yeah.
To bond the Traitors.
So there and then Candace mentions to Rena like, hey, Monet mentioned your name. But then they're like, oh my god, but Monet is so helpful on the challenges.
Yeah.
And then, you know, but they end up murdering Monet Exchange because that's what's best for them.
Yeah. So, you know, they were fast forwarding to the end of breakfast, but alas, Monet gets killed. And I feel like along with him, any suspicions on Rena kind of dissipate as well. Because he was the only one who was really even thinking about it, you know?
Yeah, they're very quick to eliminate anything that might blow their cover. And that's good. I mean, it's surprising, actually. Like, I don't know if Monet Exchange told other people. From what we know, it looks like Monet Exchange only told Candace.
Maybe, yeah, who knows? Maybe this is all that, all the suspicion on Rinna. I had a point I was trying to make. What was I trying to say? Oh, yeah. I think the Traitors this season are playing a really simple game, like a really simple and straightforward game. And maybe that's kind of almost like, how we talked about like Traitors is so interesting because it doesn't even matter what you do because 10 different people receive the same action 10 different ways. It's almost like by playing the simplest game, they're like reverse psychologying the rest of the faithfuls.
Yeah, because we, for a really long amount of time in those last 2 episodes that we released, every time somebody said a name, they were wrong.
Yeah, like I don't think anyone who is a traitor has really been named.
Yeah.
Like even Candy Ass, like I can't believe Candy Ass hasn't been brought up at a round table yet. Like Murder in Plain Sight, she started a conga line. No one thought to mention it.
I don't think they even realized that the murder. Like they're dumb because then Alan was like, "Murder right under your noses," and they were
and
all
they're like,
just,
"Oh my god, I love your outfit."
They were just like, "What? Where? Who?"
And Rinna
why?
actually notices that, right?
Yeah, and Rinna's like, nobody notices that he just dropped a hint.
It's
Good
kind of
for
interesting because a
us.
lot of the times the traitor to give like the in the moment like diary room entries is Rinna, and she's pretty perceptive,
Yeah, I feel like also just because of how immediately bad vibes it started off with, like Michael Rappaport, I feel like he immediately threw any and all discussions off track and distracted people.
Yeah.
They were more like distracted by what crazy thing that he was saying and trying to like, argue with that or, give their point of view or just be like, shut the fuck up, bro. And yeah, so it kind of just got them off start. I feel like they just started off on the wrong foot, and then them getting Donna was like gave them a false confidence of like, we got this. But it's like, dude, it was obvious. It was always gonna be her.
Obviously not comparing Bob TDQ to Michael Rappaport because one is a much better human being, I'm sure. But the way that Bob TDQ acted as a catalyst for the Traitors' demise, the way that his dominant personality caused the rifts, at first with Carol and then with Boston Rob, it's kind of like what Michael Rappaport is doing with the Faithfuls. He's just creating this like huge rift between people who just want him gone because they don't like him and people who are trying to like, actually get shit done.
He's a saboteur.
Yeah. Whether he means it or not, he's like a fourth traitor essentially, except he is doing all their dirty work for them.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So Monet die, and then the challenge, they have to go in a fountain. Oh, it's the one where if none of them takes a shield, they're all safe. And then if one of them takes a shield, only that person is
There's
safe.
a big red fountain. I do remember this competition, even when I was watching it, I was confused by it, so I'll leave it up to you to explain it.
I kind of remember it. So this challenge, there's an incentive to work as a team. But again, they're all being split off into teams. So you just kind of have to trust that everybody's doing the same thing. But essentially, the incentive is you're all safe if nobody takes the shield, and then the traitors don't get to murder. If one of you takes a shield, if even just one of you takes a shield, could be more. If even just one of you takes a shield, then only that person is safe, and the rest of you are fucked. So everybody kind of has to trust each other, which is hard because we're already at this point of like, there's already factions happening. People don't trust each other. Like, Colton is nervous because he's like, I have spoken up a lot and people are all shook up about Tiffany leaving and Mona being dead. So they have to go to this bloody red fountain. They have to search for clues and then go to these different parts of the forest where they'll find, I don't know. They were like carrying things. They have to go find things. And then in these places are shields. So they're tempted to just take shields and, lie for each other.
Yeah.
But we're seeing a lot of people, not take the shield and be like, you know what, it's not worth it because everybody's like, only a traitor would take a shield, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And but then we do see a couple groups of people who are like, we feel like we want to take shields.
Yeah.
We feel like we should.
And I feel like Colton was amongst those who wanted to take a shield because they felt like they were in the hot seat, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, there's a lot of distrust. You know, everything seems to be a lot of distrust between the faithfuls and.
I think they have to bring back statues. That's what it was. They're bringing back the statues.
You
that
hear
go
that?
back
That's
in
what they had to do,
fountains.
is bring back statues. Glad we got that right.
I'm so sorry. I was like, it looked like one of them was carrying a statue, and then I was like, oh, that would make sense. Context clues.
Well, sorry. Don't be sorry.
I can't remember.
Be better.
I just wish that they would not release so many episodes that I would not have to try to fit as much information in this wee little noggin of mine.
I know it's really difficult to get hold things straight because. Anyway, everything just kind of a blur because we're going to do 3 and then we're going to do 2 and then we're going back to 1 and then we're doing 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 reunion.
1, 1, 1, 1. Are you hypnotized?
I know. What the fuck is going on, dude?
I don't know. They're
it just
drunk.
feels like it's even more work for them for some reason.
Yeah, why?
Release them all at once if you're going to do that.
Yeah, yeah.
You ruined the season. You're the reason the season sucks.
Yeah, everything's off. It's all false. It's all wrong. Alan,
shook
not
them all
you.
up.
You're perfect,
You
Alan.
shook 'em.
You're perfect, Alan. Keep doing you, boo.
I know, and Alan's surprisingly in great shape. I aspire to be like Alan when I'm his age, whatever that age is. 60? You think he's 60?
60 or 2 or 70 or 20 or
Are you
30. I don't know what age he is.
Yeah.
I feel like he's a time traveler.
He might be. Okay, and so we get into anything before the banishment we want to talk about?
Oh, yeah. So Colton is like, oh, even though I fucked up so hard let me try that again.
No. Carry on. Keep going.
Even though I fucked up so hard last banishment, let me try this again. So then he's in the kitchen while Michael is literally shoving an entire plate into his mouth. I found a video of it.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, as much as you hate him, man, he is 100% himself. And 100% of himself wants that pasta in his face
100%
right now.
100% of himself is 100% wrong. Everything about it is wrong.
Oh no part of me wants to hang out with even 1% of 100% of him.
Anyways, Michael Rappaport is in the kitchen eating like it is his last meal. And
it is.
And then Colton leans over and is like, what is Alan wearing in the turret? And then Michael's like, what the fuck? And he's just like, what are you, I don't know what you're trying to do. And then Colton's like, I'm making you uncomfortable. They have this big fight where they're going back and forth, and Michael actually handles himself as well as I think Michael Rappaport can in this moment. I don't remember what he said, but he was just like, dude, you should, he was like, maybe after you messed up so bad yesterday, you should be humble, which is like ironic coming from him, but like correct, just like settle down. And then there's also another moment where Ron is in the room with
Dorinda,
somebody else, and then Dorinda, and then they're all
Stephen Coletti,
yeah, and who's laying low, not doing anything, not making.
Can I say
fuss.
something about this?
Yeah,
it genuinely feels like everybody in the house is like uncomfortable with Ron around. Like Stephen Coletti was like sitting with him, and he was like, "So, like, what's going on, man? You got any like traitors in mind?" And Ron was like, "I got 2." And then he says, Dorinda.
Yeah, he's like Dorinda, and then Dorinda's like, I have asked you about your family.
Yeah. And then Ron was like, I don't care about your family.
He's like,
I actually
don't
give a fuck about you or your family.
He's like, I don't want you to know anything about me or my family.
Yeah.
Fuck off. I'm coming for you.
I was just like, what a weirdly personal thing to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
For someone who's been so detached for the majority of the game.
Yeah, I think he just doesn't want to be there anymore. It seems like he's like resigned to his fate, but he doesn't want to try.
Yeah, Yeah. Anyway, so there was that. That happens.
Yeah, so there were a couple moments.
Dorinda's like, "Not well, bitch."
Yeah. Dorinda's not doing well.
Yeah.
We get to the round table. You know, people are always accusing Ron because everybody thinks it's Ron at this point. And Ron's just like, dude, just freaking exonerate me or send me home. I'm literally over this at this point. Everybody's like, how come you don't try to be our friend? And he's like, cause I don't think you guys like me, and so why would I try to make people who do not like me like me? Fuck you. And then everybody's like, we've asked you one question before one time.
I mean, these are all entertainers, all people who are addicted to being liked. So I'm sure that is the number one pet peeve of everybody in that room is like when a person ignores them.
Yeah, when a person
like, look at me! Look at me!
Yeah, they're so upset by the fact that he's not like desperate for their love.
Yeah. But anyway, like he's also not blameless. He's also being like weird sometimes and like not trying very hard, in my opinion.
Yeah.
In my opinion. So he's not blameless. But yeah, there is the usual Ron aspersions cast, and then Colton's turn to be smug. Says some smug shit. I forget what he says, but it was smug.
I don't remember what he said either, but yeah, he does accuse Michael Rappaport. Michael Rappaport does what Michael Rappaport does.
Michael Rappaport's last name, Michael Rappaport.
I'm just saying
when did you make the T silent?
I'm just saying it fast to get it out of the way. I just want to be done with this next part of this.
Just say MR then.
I just want to be done with this next part of this.
Yeah, well, I'll say it. I'll do it.
Yeah,
I'll say it.
You talk about this because I don't even like how it feels coming out of my mouth.
I'm not even going to talk about what exactly he said. I'm just going to talk about my emotions during this part, okay?
You literally walked away to take a shit. I will let you know.
Yeah, I'll let you know what I felt, okay?
Michael Rappaport opened his mouth and then
wait,
said,
hold on. Let me just walk you through my emotions, okay? Colton says some shit that I'm like, oh, I feel annoyed. Feel annoyed all of a sudden, feel like everything's worse. And then Michael says something and he makes a good point, and I'm like, begrudgingly, I'm behind you on that. Begrudgingly. I don't really like you, but you're making some good points. Oh my god, he's doing it. He's actually winning. Oh fuck! Why'd you say that, man? Why the fuck did you say that? Why'd you say that? And then that's when I went to go take the shit. And so what I'm referring to in that moment is that Michael Rappaport brings up a good point, which is that Colton...
Don't call it a good point. Don't call it a good
No. The first point is a good point. That Colton was wrong about Tiffany and was like loud and wrong and, you know, has been behind every decision. And then he goes and I just know that in his heart he feels like this is a serve, but he says like a homophobic thing where he's like, you know, and he would be really good at keeping secrets, essentially. Kind of like addressing Colton's, you know, probably at one point being a football player, having been closeted, you know? And, man, everything just comes tumbling down. And it's like, dude, everyone knows you're faithful. You still got to go, though. You're just ugly and loud.
I always knew Michael Rappaport was going to be a problem on the show. I don't know what they expected casting that man there.
I know, for real.
Everything that happened with him is everything I expected to happen with him. He left exactly as I expected him to leave. But there was a point where Colton was being so annoying in the episode that I was just like, now I want you gone before Michael Rappaport.
Yeah.
And then, you know, Michael Rappaport... just fucking opened his mouth, which was a bad idea. It's never a good idea for him. And you know, he crashed and burned, and then everybody, it was like, we don't even fucking care what you are anymore. We just want you gone.
He walked off, gave his little speech, and everybody was like, all right, we still hate you.
Yeah.
We still fucking hate you, you weirdo.
Yeah.
And they send his ass packing. And then what happens next, Adoria?
And then
I say what happens next, Adoria, when I don't remember.
And then I think production made him apologize.
Yeah.
Because he said, I'm so sorry. In no way I was not referring to his sexuality. I am so sorry. Oh, you know what happens after this?
What happens?
Colton never learns his lesson and, you know, is back up to being like, I want to target this person next. But fuck, this time he's right. He is talking to Dorinda and Rob and I can't remember.
Rinna?
Yeah.
He was talking about Rinna, right?
He's talking about Rinna. I can't remember who else is in the room, but Dorinda and Rob
Yeah.
and then somebody else, I think. And he's just like, well, I feel like Rinna would be more like how I'm playing. Like, she would be more aggressive. She would be talking more.
Yeah.
Like, Dorinda, don't you think it's weird? And also, don't you think it's weird that she voted for Portia when she's a housewife? And Dorinda was just like, yes and yes. I agree with all of these points now that you mention it. And Rob is just like, I haven't really considered her that much. No, not even thinking about her at all.
Yeah. Yeah. And we'll see what happens with that. Left on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
But yeah, once your name gets said, it's very hard for it to be unsaid.
I think that they still have a little bit of time. Like, people are gonna. There's still a lot of like mud on Colton's name because of he's been involved in everything, and also Ron. You know, I feel like they have to banish him next.
They got bigger fish to fry.
Yeah, just get rid of him.
Rob said something interesting. He was like, you know, fuck it. If she gets got, whatever.
Yeah, he was like, there's only so much I will do.
Yeah.
But he does tell her in the turret, he's like, oh, people are saying that you're not doing enough.
Yeah.
But
But then the way she reacted to it, I'm like, this is going to backfire, because she was like, okay, so I just got to be extra loud.
Yeah, you don't want to do too much, because then like it's like everybody's like, now you're acting completely different.
Yeah, and especially
after I had this conversation.
Exactly.
With
It's
some
because
people.
the conversation happened, and then her behavior changed. That would incriminate several people in the house. That would make me, like, if that happened and people caught on to it, I'd be like, Dorinda's also a traitor. Because she ran straight there and told her.
Yeah, you would think that Dorinda said something before you would
Exactly.
think Rob said something.
Yep. I don't think we actually have time to do
You don't want to do a rank?
separate power rankings, so let's just do one together.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right. So last week we did a preliminary blind power ranking, which happened to be probably the most wrong list I've ever made in my life. This week we're doing a more informed one. So this is made after we consumed the first 5 episodes. Because again, they were like 3 and then 2 and then 1. Remember?
I accidentally left on here too. All right.
And now how many people do we have left? We have 15 people? Wow, 8 people have
15.
died.
15 down from 23.
All right.
Who do we think is doing the worst?
Remaining in the house, I think doing the worst is Ron Funches. How do you feel about that? I feel like it's between Ron and Colton, right?
Yeah, I think Ron is correct. I think that's right, man.
Yeah.
Oh, can't. Fuck. Ron.
Because I feel like Ron has never had the influence that Colton has had, but he has all the targets on his back now, you know? There's not been a single thing to deter from the idea that he's a traitor.
Yeah,
Like nothing that's happened has been evidence to the contrary, you know?
Yeah, like Colton's credibility is damaged, whereas I don't think Ron was ever given any to begin with.
Yeah.
This season.
And I think like
Sucks.
he just kind of torpedoed his own chances when he went in too hard with the first round table.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, I don't know. I mean, we've seen people go hard on the first round table and not have it sink them so hard when they're wrong. So I don't know why with him it was so detrimental to his game, but it just felt like he never was able to recover. And maybe it's that compounded with the fact that he just got too discouraged early and then refused to like game with other people at that point.
Mm-hmm.
I think, yeah, maybe Colton goes one above him just because he tries harder. He tries too hard. Do you feel good about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think I can see him recovering okay and staying for longer than we think, but I definitely don't think he's going to make it to the end without any suspicion on him. So I think like it's only a matter of time before they are like, get out of here.
I just don't think he's going to survive because now there's people beyond The people who don't like him, who are targeting him. Even people who did like him are starting to suspect him a little bit,
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's good there.
Okay, and next up, I feel like Eric and Rinna would be maybe Eric. How do we feel about Eric next?
I don't think that he will be as punished as Colton, because everybody was like, we do believe you heard that. We do believe you heard that. We do believe you heard what you heard. I think they're just like, oh, like you made a mistake, but I feel like they look at Colton as like the leader of a lot of decisions. So I would put Rinna before I put Eric.
Okay.
I do think it'll come back to bite him at some point if he doesn't get murdered, but
yeah, I think Rinna's in threat just because of that last conversation that happened before the episode ended. And especially once they banish Colton and find out he's a faithful, that conversation is going to have even more credence to it. Because it's pretty likely that Colton is going to be banished in the next few weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or murdered, in which case, he's exonerated either way.
Yeah, or he's getting murdered tonight. And
yeah, as soon as Colton goes, it really does put a lot of suspicion on Rinna.
It's dangerous to leave him in, but at this point she's in a tough position where she can't really have him killed.
Exactly.
So, and then did you want to put Eric next?
I just feel like the next clump of people, they all don't have much suspicion on them, but they don't have any solid bonds or control in the game either, I feel like Natalie fits into that category.
I would also put Jam next because he's had
you know what? That's
suspicion thrown on him and been involved in some drama, and I think he's one of the few remaining game players, so I think somebody statistically is just going to be like, all right, it's one of you soon.
No, I 100% agree. Jam might actually be in the worst spot, right? Because he's been brought up by Michael. He's been brought up by somebody else.
Yeah, there have been a few people.
Yeah.
Tiffany. I think Ron at one point accused Jam. But I think it's just because he's been in drama with them.
Yeah, but I feel like eventually that is going to catch up with him because with every faithful that has accused him that gets sent home, he's going to look more and more guilty. So
yeah, plus all of the game players, there's almost no more game players. So at some point statistically, they're just going to be like, oh, it's probably you.
Yeah. So I feel like he's kind of, it's only a matter of time, I feel like, for Jam. And I don't feel like Jam has any solid alliances in the house, beyond Natalie because they have the Survivor link, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And you think Eric after that?
Eric, yeah, just because he said one thing that was proven to be untrue. I agree with you. I don't really think it's going to result in anything. I think it's merely just going to be a blip.
Maybe Dorinda next.
I was thinking Maura or Dorinda because they've both been accused. I honestly feel like Dorinda might be under Eric because she also has the, whether you want to see it as a bonus or a negative, but she was on last season,
Yeah, so that could create a little bit of suspicion of are you in a different position than you were last season?
Yeah.
Plus, the more housewives that go,
the more likely it's going to be her.
Yeah, the more likely they'll think that it is her.
Yeah. And I do feel like Dorinda's going to be kept until the end because there are 2 housewife traitors.
Yeah, that would put her above Eric if we think she's going to stay till the end.
Yeah.
Dorinda.
That'd be tight if Dorinda gets the end with the 2 housewives and then she's like, actually, I vote to keep banishing. And then she banishes the 2 traitors. That'd be tight.
I would love that for her.
Yeah. So next up, should we put the people who just kind of don't have very much attached to them?
Should we put, you said Moira too, right? Because she had some mud thrown on her.
What about Candace?
Candace hasn't been accused yet.
But I just keep thinking about the conga line. and how eventually somebody's going to think about that. Like eventually someone's bound to think about that, right? Like murder in plain sight, conga line. Like I can't believe no one's thought about that besides Rob C.
Maybe
Candace, then Mora. How do we feel about that?
Candace.
Yeah, because I feel like she's been the most visibly, she's been kind of the distraction for the Traitors.
Yeah. And then Moira's kind of has been accused by Ron, and she's not really a team player. Like she's more like for herself, and I feel like that could come to bite her in the butt.
What makes you say that?
'Cause she's like, I'm not doing any heavy lifting.
Yeah, fucking yeah.
But
that's
no,
enough.
I mean, I don't think she took a shield in the last game, so maybe I'm not giving her enough credit, but I don't know. I also just feel like it's only a matter of time before she is either murdered or banished, because I don't feel like she contributes like enough that it would be a loss to not have her.
Yeah, as you guys
other
can tell, we're
people-
really grasping for reasons at this point.
Other people are contributing more than she is.
For sure. I do think that matters because they have mentioned multiple times in their like who should we murder conversation. Oh, this person's good at competitions. This guy's going to win us money, whatever, So that does matter.
Yeah, also she's often in the drama at the round table, even when she doesn't need to be. And I feel like if you don't need to be, then just like stay out of it and be invisible so nobody thinks about you. And I feel like the more you talk, the more you gonna get got.
That's such a good point, actually. That's like a perfect way to articulate why I feel like she's not going to do well, is that she's always involved in shit that she has no business being involved in,
Yeah, she's unnecessarily contributing.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Illegal
agree.
screen.
Illegal screen. Why is that kind of appropriate here?
Illegal
screen.
Illegal screen.
I would love to see Joe Mazzulla talk for 30 minutes with Maura Higgins.
Illegal screen.
I think she would end up a better
Illegal
person,
screen.
but he would end up a worse person.
Illegal screen. Fanny flutters. Fanny flutters. Fanny
Who should go next?
Okay, we just did Moira.
Yeah. Natalie, Kristen, Tara, Johnny, Mark, Steven, all kind of are floaters in this game.
I feel like I would do Tara next because I feel like her name has often been in there for murder. So I feel like she's likely to die soon.
Yeah, because I don't really see any reason people would banish her because she's been very self-aware about how clueless she is in this game. And I feel like people probably sense that.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes her an easy target for the Traitors because it would confuse the faithfuls and it would also, just be an easy kill.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That doesn't cost them much.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Kristen, Natalie, Johnny, Mark. Any order between these four. Maybe Natalie on the top just because she's a game player. She has been in a game.
Well, who do we just do next above Tara? Maybe
Tara, Johnny
or Mark.
Let's just keep it Johnny. Keep them together. They're besties.
Johnny has a picture of Tara on his nightstand.
Aw, that's adorable.
Okay, yeah. Because Johnny's name has been thrown in there for murder a couple of times as well.
Yeah. So is Kristen. They're just like, no one suspects them to be traitors. I don't think anyone really thinks of them as traitors. Although I feel like eventually Kristen will become suspected at some point. Mark.
Oh, and Kristen suspects Colton also. Because Kristen's like... Oh, Kristen told somebody, if I die, Colton did it.
Right.
Forgot about that. So, T.
She's getting involved.
Mm-hmm. And then
Natalie.
I would put Mark Ballas. I put Natalie above Mark Ballas. And then put Mark Ballas next.
No, I put her above both Mark and Steven, and I put Kristen above both of them too.
You think Kristen above both of them?
Maybe Kristen under them. Kristen under them, and then...
I just feel like she's been involved enough.
Yeah. She's at risk.
And they're like very invisible, but contribute enough to the challenges that they're like not really being considered for murder.
Yeah.
I haven't really seen them contribute a whole lot.
Wait, why'd you write Kristen twice?
Well, fuck. Natalie.
Natalie, we're kind of giving her the benefit of the doubt right now.
Natalie's contributing enough to the challenges that she is valuable. I feel like she's not doing too much or too little.
Also, do you know what's crazy? Kristen Kish is one of the oldest people in the house. She's 42.
Hot.
I know. Doesn't look a day over 41. So at number 2, we have Natalie, purely because she's a Survivor player and she contributes and doesn't have any suspicion on her. And at number 1, we have
Rob.
The main character of the season, it seems like.
So shocking. And also, I feel like Natalie is also a little bit here by accident. It's more like if you're in the bottom, it's probably because you're too involved in conversations. Yeah. And that will get you nowhere in Traitors.
That will get you nowhere, players.
Players, Traitors.
Keep that mouth shut.
Yeah. Rob at the top.
Rob at the top.
Our traitor boy.
We got a different Rob this season.
Yeah.
We got a good Rob last season, but this season we were like, maybe this Rob's going to be a dud. But it turns out he was the Rob we were promised.
It wasn't the Rob we asked for, but it was the Rob we deserved and needed.
Yeah. He's playing excellent. He's being incredibly just like calculated and intentional, which is like, more than I expected for him.
Yeah. I really do not expect any of everything that he's giving. So I'm impressed. It's still early in the season, so we could be biting our words at some point, but so far so good. And I
would love to see that. Oh my God, if he has a fall from grace, I would love to, not like because I don't like him. It'd be so interesting to see where the season goes after that point.
No, I want to see the Traitors win this season. And I love I'm seeing a lot of sentiment also that makes me feel validated, in my opinion. It's like, fucking, yeah, we also fucking hate the Faithfuls. Fuck the Faithfuls. They're so fucking annoying.
Yeah, the Faithfuls were bad.
Oh, there was something that Colton said when he was like, oh, you have to press people and you have to
make them
uncomfortable to see how they will react. And I just feel like, when have we ever seen that work out ever in anything ever?
Well, to be fair, I think he was talking to us, the audience. He was making us uncomfortable with his cringe behavior.
I feel like if Ian stayed, he would have had like similar behavior as well.
Oh yeah, dude. They would have been like the Spider-Man meme.
Yeah, they would have been Spider-Man.
You like juicy nuts too?
What is a juicy nut?
I bet Colton does love juicy nuts.
No comment. Anyway. Anyway, I didn't hear that. Rob at the top. We love our king. We'll see our white king.
I don't have any feelings towards him of like, I don't really love him, but I'm impressed.
He's beautiful.
Hey, Robbie. You're doing all right, Robbie.
He's handsome.
He is very, very handsome. Oh, God. His eyes are just so dreamy. They're blue, but I'm okay with it. All right.
Game.
All right. You know what always cools down my loins after a long day of thinking about Rob is some games, okay? Let's get our heads into some games. What are the games we're playing?
So we're going to do build the most annoying player. I'm going to guess the lips,
okay.
and then you're going to do a blind rank.
Okay,
of
all right.
past season moments.
Fuck yeah. All right, first up, we're going to be building, in honor of our fucking, I don't even want to call him a king, in honor of the dumbest asshole we've ever seen on Traitors leaving the show, Michael Rappaport.
Don't you mean the dopest, sexiest, smartest?
Don't even do it! Stop it! In honor of him, we're going to be building the most annoying Traitors player out of pieces from past Traitors contestants, okay? And I went for last week. You go.
All right. For my first choice, I'm gonna pick Tom Sandoval. Because I know that you love him, so I wanted to rip him from your heart and soul.
Wow. I can't believe I actually juked you like that. I'm getting Michael Rappaport for free. For free. Wow, I can't believe you actually bought that. I can't believe you actually bought that. Tom Sandoval, the delightful angel prince, is as annoying as Michael Rappaport. I mean, we sat through a whole season of Sandoval, and all we did was love him more, okay? And so with my first pick, I'm going to pick Michael Rappaport mouth, obviously.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh. I'll pick Tom Sandoval for my X Factor.
Okay, nice. That's actually great.
Mm-hmm.
And then for my second pick, I am going to pick who's got a nice fucking jacked body who is really annoying. I mean, honestly, Colton, get in here, buddy. Get in here, you semi-pro athlete, you. You're fucking annoying, but your body is chiseled and rock hard.
Oh, okay. For my brain, I'm going to pick Christian from season 1. He was a traitor. He was really bad. He did a lot of overacting in his defense. He was a normie amongst game players. So the season was kind of not balanced, but he played a messy game. Okay. And then for mouth, I'm going to pick Danielle Reyes from last season, because she also did too much too soon. Had a surprisingly long game, but messy.
That's fair. What do I have left? I don't even remember who I picked now.
You have Michael and Colton.
I have Michael and Colton.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, for my third pick, for X Factor, I'm going to pick Rachel Riley, even though she wasn't super annoying on Traitors. I know she's got it in her.
Yeah. You pick her for your X Factor?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was going to pick her.
All right, for Heart, I am going to pick Kate. Because not only was she grading, not only was she super aggressive and like cunty to everybody, she also went on 2 seasons and lasted a hell of a long time. So, Kate for Heart.
Yeah, honestly, she lasted a really shockingly amount of time. Okay, who did I? What do I have left? Heart and body. Oh, so hard to choose. Who was annoying? I'm going to pick Dolores for Heart. Not sure how she survived as long as she did, outside of like everybody was like, it's so clear that like you are not smart enough to be a traitor. She was Delulu, bless her for it.
Would you say she's annoying though?
It was annoying to me how like she just kept being like, Tom, I vote Tom, I vote Tom, I vote Tom.
Yeah,
like she was very
kind of annoying.
tunnel vision when it's just like, dude, it's so clearly, and like everybody was like, all right, we know it's not Dolores because she would have killed Tom by now. So I'll pick her for Heart, and then I have Body. Who was annoying with a good body? Rachel was such a good pick. I feel like everybody who was annoying did not contribute. You know what? Actually, I'm going to move Tom Sandoval to my Body because I think he contributed. And then for my X Factor, I'm going to pick Quentin. Constantly wrong. made it to the end because of his dumbness.
Yeah, was annoyingly wrong and then lost at the very end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was annoying.
Do you have one more?
Oh, do I have one more? I have one. What do I have left? Oh, I have Brain left. All right, for my final pick, I'm gonna pick Kyle Cook for Brain. I mean, he's little, he's grading, he's not nice to his wife. He runs an alcohol company. He still parties when he's 49 or whatever the fuck he is.
He's a DJ.
He's a DJ. None of those facts are not annoying. So I think he's a good annoying brain for my annoying Traitors player.
Yeah, that was a good pick for Brain. You picked a lot of people that I feel like will be relevant to the blind rank.
Nice. All right. Do you want to do yours or mine?
Do yours.
Okay. All right. Next up, Adouria is going to be guessing the Traitors player based on their lips. Okay.
I'm scared.
And these are not necessarily the lips that they were born with, but it's the lips that they're most known for. Okay. The lips for which they are famous in certain cases.
There better be a Rinna in here.
Okay. Don't look yet. You ready?
Ear.
All right. First up, we got these lips. You can take a closer look.
I really want to get these. These all feel familiar. Is this West?
This is not Wes.
Am I in the right direction?
Yes, I guess so. If you mean white man.
No, I'm a game player. White man.
Yeah. Yes, actually, yeah. In the right direction.
White man. Which one? There are so many. Oh, is it CT?
No.
Is fuck. Everything they said about me on TikTok is real. Is it? I hate this. I'm not gonna get this one. Is this Boston Rob?
Nope.
Who
This
is it?
is Johnny Bananas.
Oh.
And I actually don't have the larger photo, so you have to wait for that until later. I don't have the larger photo, I mean. So you just have to believe me.
Okay.
You just have to believe me that this is Johnny Bananas.
I was
okay?
never gonna get Johnny Bananas.
You weren't? I should have maybe ended with this one.
Yeah.
Might have been
He
too
was
hard to
there for
start.
like 2 seconds, so I always forget he exists.
All right. Whose mouth is this?
I don't know, but it feels so distinct.
Very little upper lip. Plump lower lip. But key is the nose here. Okay, let's pay attention to the nose. I gave you a sliver of nose to work with. I feel like this is definitely enough to tell who this is.
Wow, no pressure. Feels like for sure British. Am I right? British.
No, you are not right. That's your hint.
It looks British.
Maybe somewhere down the line, yes, but not currently.
Cycling through the seasons all the time. Now I feel like I'm not gonna get it because you said it's too easy.
I didn't say it was too easy. I just said you should be able to tell. I'll give you a hint. It's from an earlier season. Considering there are 4 seasons, 2 are earlier seasons and 2 are later seasons.
Is it Peter? No, it's not. Is it Dan Giesling?
No.
Oh.
What?
Is it
Are
Peter?
you crazy?
Is it?
You thought this was Dan?
I don't know. Is it Peter Weber Bachelor?
Nope. Does that 3 guesses?
No, that's 2.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Better not catch you cheating when I'm editing this.
My first choice I was gonna say was gonna be Peter, and then I
Oh.
thought it was Dan because there it looks like there's a freckle in the corner that Dan also has. So I'm going based off of a freckle. Could it be?
I said earlier seasons.
Yeah. I will get this man. Is he a normie? Is it? Oh, is it? Freaking, what's that guy's name? Ryan Lochte?
Nope.
Who is
It's
it?
CT.
Oh. Oh, all right. I know this one.
Who is it?
It's Brenna.
Okay, you got one. All right, next up we got these plump lips.
Is this fuck? What's her name from season 2 Traitors? Is it Phaedra?
Nope.
Fuck. Is it? I don't know who this is. Oh, is this Candace?
Mm-mm.
Huh.
It is a little blurry. I'll give you that. But look at it from afar. I gave you a sliver of nose on this one too.
I'm like, it's not this person. It's not this person. It's not this person in my brain. Is it? Oh. Is this a drag queen?
I can't answer that.
Why not? Is it? I don't know who this is. It's not Portia. It's somebody who has on a lot of blush. So I don't know.
Okay, well, you got to guess. I'm not going to give you the answer.
Is it Bob TDQ?
Yes, it is Bob TDQ.
Thank God. Oh, whoa.
All right, next up, who is this?
I don't know, but I'm scared of these lips.
Why are you scared?
I know. They're pretty big. Feels like they're Italian.
I'll give you a hint. They're not Italian.
Are these Sam's from last season? Sam?
No, but I kind of see it. No, it's not.
I fucking don't know who these are. Is it Reza?
Mm-mm.
I feel like it's gonna be really obvious once you tell me. Fuck. They're not Italian.
Nope.
That's my only hint.
Yep.
Fuck. Are these tone? Well, no, you said not Italian. Ugh. Are
Just pick somebody.
okay, Tony. Tony from last season.
I just said they're not Italian.
I can't think of anybody else.
This is Ian.
Oh, the lighting is very misleading.
Is it though? I feel like that is her exact skin tone.
It looks lighter than I remember her. Is this Boston Rob?
Yep.
Our king.
Next up, we got this. This mouth. Who's this mouth?
It's not Mark Ballas. I know that much. I feel like I saw this mouth recently. This is not. It's not Ron, is it?
Mm-mm.
Okay. who else have we had? It's not Mark Ballas?
Mm-mm. That's 2.
Who else do we have last season? Is this an athlete?
No, it is not an athlete, and that'll be your hint.
Okay.
I think it's okay.
I can't even remember. Is this a normie? Is this this is not Quentin, right?
Wow, you got it.
Oh,
it is
okay.
Quentin.
Okay, thank God.
Nice.
Oh, little lips. These
This one
are nice
kind of
lips.
blurry. I'll give you 2 hints for this one because they're blurry.
Oh, we'll take my first hint.
Women.
Okay, give me my second hint. Obviously.
It's kind of distracting, Colgate. Your second hint is that they're not a normie.
Is this Carolyn Sandberg's old lips?
No. I told you it's the lips by which they are known for, not the lips that they were born with.
Oh, yeah. Hey, it's dark. Can you see? The lips that this person is known for.
Well, I mean, that's not a hint to this. I'm just saying that's what I said earlier.
Is this Brandy Granville?
Mm-mm.
Oh, fuck. They're not a normie.
That's 2.
It's not. Is it Kate Chastain?
Mm-mm. It is Kristen Kish.
Or
All right. Next up, we have these lips.
is this Phaedra?
Yeah.
Okay.
And lastly, we have these lack of lips.
Who is
The
this?
absence of lips is the final one. No offense. Everyone's beautiful.
Is this Dan?
Nah.
Oh.
What?
I'm just
Giesling?
I'm just trying
The
to think.
Giesmeister? You think this is the Giesmeister?
Is it Ian?
Nah.
I'm just trying to think of men who don't have lips. I don't remember if he has lips or not. Oh, is this fucking Ryan Lochte?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wow. You got all the ones that I didn't think you would get.
That was hard.
Yeah, I guess it was. I mean, I feel like in retrospect, if you looked at them, you would see all of them. Now,
I think I just also overthought it.
maybe Johnny Bananas was definitely the hardest
Yeah, I was not ever gonna get Johnny Bananas
because his is so like indistinct.
All I know of him is Traitors, and he was in it for 5 minutes.
Yeah. All right. What are we doing next?
Tian's gonna be blind ranking past Traitors moments.
Let's do it.
Okay. First one. How could anybody forget this iconic moment? T. Sandy singing to the doll.
Are we ranking them based on how much I enjoyed them or how iconic they are?
Moments that will live on in Traitor history.
Okay, I don't think that moment's living on in Traitors history. I would give that... How many is this out of? 10?
Mm-hmm.
I'll give that like a 5.
And not necessarily all these moments are good moments that we want to live on, but just moments that we will remember.
5.
Okay. Okay. Carolyn's swan song in season 3 from the chess game to when she die in the banishment.
What do you mean by that? Do you mean like her meltdown?
Yeah. The demise of her game.
Yeah, it was sad, and it was kind of just like felt like people thought she was weird. They were like, "You're weird and have lots of tattoos, so therefore you must be killed."
You bad.
We don't want you here anymore, weird lady. So it was a little sad. I'll give it a 7. That's 2 under Sandoval, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, next moment. Trishelle voting for CT in the end as a traitor.
Oh, that's pretty good. I'll give that 4.
Pretty good.
You know what? I'll go as high as 3 for that one. That's a really heartwarming moment.
Kyle Cook realizing Cody is a traitor and then immediately murdered.
Kind of a cool moment. Didn't really do much for me. I'll give that a 9.
Bob v. Rob.
The entire saga?
Bob v. Rob roundtable.
I mean, there's not really much better than that. There's 2?
Okay. Kate Chastain sabotaging challenges. Throwing out money. She threw out money in one challenge.
God, that would be a good 5. I have 5 filled. I don't have 6 filled. I'll put that 6.
Okay. Rob v. Derek v. West.
What do I have open? 8?
Mm-hmm.
I either have to put that 8 or I have to put that 4.
You have one open also?
Yeah, I'm not putting that 1. I'll put that 8.
Okay. Brittany v. Danielle.
Okay, that's 1. That's the one I had in my head.
Okay. The introduction of the seer power, which allows somebody to like really get the honest truth from somebody.
Okay, that automatically goes in 4.
What do you have left?
That's it.
We have one more then, so that's you didn't put anything number 10.
Oh, I didn't put anything number 10.
Oh, well, that's perfect for this. Because for number 10, this is a moment that we definitely don't want to remember and that definitely belongs at the bottom. And I was hoping you would accidentally save number 1 and put this
What is
there.
it, the Michael Rappaport?
Yeah, Michael Rappaport v. Everybody.
Well, that's going in my 10.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's where it
yet
belongs.
again, dude. Even with 10, they can't get me. Even with 10, I create perfect lists. Not a mistake in sight. Completely, objectively perfect. Oh, my neck hurts. Well, children, I hope you've enjoyed us enjoying this season of Traitors.
Traitors.
And even though we're not enjoying it as much as we hope to enjoy it, I hope you're enjoying us enjoying it, not as much as we hope to enjoy it, but you're enjoying us enjoying it as much as you'd like to enjoy us enjoying Traitors, which we do not enjoy to the full extent of which we wanted, but we're hoping that you and
I lost brain cells.
I was hoping you would stop me at some point so we could just say bye.
I wanted to see how long you would keep going.
Adios.
Bye.
Bye.
I lost brain cells.